Listen to me. Are you sitting there right now, looking at your Social Security statement and thinking you've got it all figured out? You've got your government pension, you've got your years of service, and you're counting on every single penny of that Social Security check you think is coming your way. Well, I have a wake-up call for you, and you need to listen closely because what you don't know will hurt your pocketbook. There is a little something called the Windfall Elimination Provision, we call it the WEP, and for many of you, it is the thief in the night that is going to snatch away a huge chunk of your retirement income before you even see it. How many of you worked as a teacher? A firefighter? A police officer? Maybe you worked for a local municipality where you didn't pay into Social Security because you had your own pension system. But then, you also worked a second job, or maybe you had a whole different career where you did pay into Social Security. You think, great. I get both. Wrong. The Social Security Administration looks at you and they see a windfall. They think you're trying to double dip. They see that pension from your non-covered work, and they use a formula that can slash your Social Security benefit by up to 50% of your pension amount. Does that sound fair to you? It doesn't matter if it's fair, it's the law. And if you aren't prepared for it, your retirement plan is nothing but a house of cards. Now, don't you get scared, get smart. I want you to understand how this works so you can take action. The WEP exists because Social Security is designed to help lower-paid workers more than higher-paid ones. When you have a pension from work where you didn't pay Social Security taxes, the system thinks you are a low-paid worker because your covered earnings look small on paper. So, the government steps in and says, wait a minute, we need to adjust this so you don't get an unfair advantage. But here is the fear, I know many of you are counting on that money for your mortgage, for your supplemental health insurance, or just to live. If you're expecting $1,500 a month and you only get $1,000 because of the WEP, that is a $6,000 a year mistake. You cannot afford to make mistakes with your future. So, does it affect you? Ask yourself these questions. 1. Do you have a pension from a job where you did not pay Social Security taxes? 2. Are you also eligible for Social Security benefits based on other work you did? If the answer is yes, the WEP is coming for you. But, and there is always a but, there are ways to protect yourself. The biggest protection is your years of substantial earnings. If you have 30 or more years of substantial earnings where you did pay into Social Security, the WEP does not apply to you at all. You are safe. If you have between 21 and 29 years, the reduction is scaled down. The more you worked and paid into the system, the less they can take away from you. But listen to me, you need to go to ssa.gov right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until you're at the retirement office. Use their WEP calculator. You need to know your true number. Your standard Social Security statement does not usually show the WEP reduction. It shows you a dream number. You need the reality number. I also want you to stay informed. There has been talk for years, and even recent legislation like the Social Security Fairness Act, aimed at repealing the WEP. As of right now, in 2026, we are seeing movements to fix this, but you cannot bank on a promise from Washington. You must plan for the law as it stands today. Here is your actionable takeaway. First, get your Social Security detailed earnings total. Second, identify exactly how many years of substantial earnings you have. Third, recalculate your budget based on the reduced amount. If you still have time before you retire, maybe you work a few more years in a covered job to get your years up to that 30-year safety zone. You have worked too hard and too long to be blindsided by a provision you didn't see coming. You deserve to retire with dignity, but dignity requires a plan. Don't let the WEP be the reason you can't pay your bills. Knowledge is power, and in this case, knowledge is money in your pocket. Stand up, take control of your retirement, and be the master of your own financial destiny.